Hey guys, it's Crypto Llama here, and today I thought I'd talk about some of the counters and cards that you may want to pick up to mitigate the effectiveness of the two new airdrop cards. There are going to be a lot of you who perhaps didn't have either the capital or the vouchers to be able to participate in the phase 2 of the pre-sale, and so I think this information is going to be vital in being able to correctly manage the battles when coming up against these cards. So let's take a deeper dive into these two airdrops and see how we can play against them. For those of you who aren't aware, if you had participated in the phase 2 of the pre-sale, you would have received a 0.33% chance of receiving a level 1 Baakjira card or a level 1 Uriel card for each Chaos Legion pack you have purchased. If you were to purchase 300 packs, however, you would have been guaranteed to receive one of each of these airdrop cards. On the face of things, these two cards look devastating and extremely difficult to deal with, but let's look into this further. So Baakjira is a no damage water tank which boasts a plethora of defensive abilities, including an absolute ton of health, void, slow, strengthen, and a heal as well. As opposed to Kraken or Chaos Legion's new Wave Brood with Taunt though, this tank can be countered simply by avoiding him altogether with abilities such as Opportunity, Sneak, and Snipe. If you're intending to take this card head on though, there are a few favourable options which will help you defuse this monster. The two abilities which really stand out in my mind are Recharge and Oppress. So let's look at these two abilities now. Recharge is a new Chaos Legion ability which allows a creature sporting it to deal 3 times damage every other round to Baakjira. Oppress is the second ability that also provides great counterplay. A creature with this ability will deal double damage when attacking a creature that has no attacks. Most cards that currently have the Recharge ability are magic creatures though, and because Baakjira has Void, we're going to want something which has either ranged or melee damage. I see Zyvax Val finally having more of a use case here. At higher levels, Zyvax is going to be able to deal 9 damage per attack on Baakjira. You're going to want to be pairing Zyvax with a stun and or affliction though, otherwise Baakjira is going to be able to heal in between your attacks. There are a number of cards depending on your preferred splinter which have the Oppress ability, which you can also see here. Grim Reaper, however, will pack the biggest punch against Baakjira. Not only does he offer the Oppress ability, effectively allowing him to deal 8 damage per attack, but also he has Affliction as well to stop Baakjira from healing. For those of you who just joined the game and would like to pick up a cheap card with the Oppress ability, look no further than the Magi of Chaos. This is a neutral card and is going to be able to be played alongside any splinter. If you're going to be coming up against Baakjira, it's going to be paramount that you manage the battle correctly with these two abilities in particular. Otherwise, you'll surely end up wasting all your damage on him whilst your opponent systematically reduces your squad to nothing. So next we have Uriel, which again on the face of things looks scary as hell because of both his defensive and offensive traits. There is, however, a silver lining here, guys. Uriel has Recharge, meaning he will only be attacking on every other round. So one of the ways to deal with this card is going to be with disables such as Stun, and if Stun doesn't proc, you're going to want to make sure that if he does get a hit in, you'll have at least 1 armor still on your tank to soak up that 3 times damage. The Protect ability with +2 armor is going to be great here, as well as Repair. The addition of the new Chaos Legion abilities such as Force Field are going to be incredible here too. This will effectively reduce Uriel's damage output to insignificant amounts. I reckon with Uriel as well, this is probably where we'll see the first real use of the Giant Killer ability in Chaos Legion 2. As a refresher for the newer players, if you haven't seen Giant Killer before, this ability does double damage against targets that cost 10 or more mana. If we land a stun and have a creature with Giant Killer in first position, we can punish Uriel before he gives out any damage. There are actually 2 legendary cards which I think people have been sleeping on, which is reflected in their current super cheap pricing, but I believe this will all change once Uriel enters the battlefield. These 2 cards are the Desert Dragon and Jin Murat and are direct counters to what Uriel will bring to the game. Desert Dragon here is going to clean the floor with Uriel because at higher levels he will do 12 damage towards Uriel. So even after 1 hit, Uriel will be reduced to 6 health and no armor at max levels. This is because Desert Dragon not only has Giant Killer, which will double his 6 damage to 12, but also has piercing, which will see the dragon's attack go straight through the armor. Not only that, but if Uriel gets a hit in and abolishes the desert dragon's armor on the second round, we have 50% chance to retaliate, which will insta-kill Uriel. Secondly, and perhaps even more deadly versus Uriel, is Jin Murat. He has all the tools needed to easily counter Uriel. Force field, meaning he'll only be taking 1 damage if Uriel does get a hit off, as well as Giant Killer 2. Now, because Jin is magic based, he won't even have to worry about Uriel's armor. He'll be going straight for the throat and doing 9 damage. This will effectively leave Uriel with 3 health after just 1 attack, if both cards were actually maxed out. Add a stun on top of that, and Murat is going to kill Uriel in just 1 hit. Murat has got the knockout ability, meaning double damage will be dealt to Uriel for a total of 18 damage. That's going to be devastating for the opposition twofold. Not only will they lose their precious super tank in 1 round, but on top of this, they'll lose the 11 mana that they used to play the card in the first place, leaving the rest of the squad at a huge disadvantage. And that's it for me now, guys. If you enjoyed my content, please like and subscribe, as that would mean the world to me. But other than that, I will see you on the blockchain.